What's up guys, Vincent Salt Pepper Oak, 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday. Our first barbecue class we're teaching today. So this is a rib class for a group of guys out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So join us today.
I don't give a damn what your friends think about me. Talking all the shit while I'm counting all the money. She like the way that I talk, she like the way that I roll. She wanna ride with the bull, she can't hold the road. So I tell her giddy up and take it to the rodeo.
Everyone thinks this is blood, it's not blood. That's myoglobin, so that is, I might be right there. I'm probably half wrong on that pronunciation. But what it is the actual fluid coming out of the muscle, right? So it's not blood. Baby back ribs compared to a spare rib. The bone on this really just runs through that way, where this one is pretty much the entirety of the muscle, right? So you're only getting meat through that section. It's closer to the belly on the baby back side, where this one's closer to more of the back, right? You get a little bit more of the loin through there. I think that's right. I almost ChatGPT'd that question last night. You're gonna take this rib home, you're gonna feed your family tonight. Where's my boy with them 4 kids? Y'all donate something to my boy there. How old are they?
8's the oldest, 8 to almost 1.
There you go, brother. So spare ribs, start on the back side, just like my boy had it, flip it over. This is what I'm looking at on the back of that rib. You see that piece of flapper, I call it, this rib flap? See that? Pull that rib flat up the best you can, right? Get you a little pterodactyl looking wing right here, right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my knife. If you feel the rib, right? You see this through here? And if you feel there's a bone right here. You feel that bone? That's the breastbone. Right? You feel that bone? So typically what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of take this strip. I like to cut towards the bone. Does that make sense? That piece of meat is not, it's a lot of sinew in it, and it's just no good. Now that we have that skin is gone, now we're looking at that big ugly piece of bone right there, right? You feel that, brother? Feel that bone right there? Yep. All right, so now we want to cut that bone off. The easiest way to do it is if you have a chef knife. Try to keep a chef knife, not that slicer. What I like to do is once I kind of know where this muscle is, this is not, the bone is really soft. It's almost like a knee bone, like a cartilage. So I want to go in with the point of my knife, and you can almost just, right, rock it down. I'm gonna come on y'all side, guys. And then I'll remove that bone. All right, so this ugly baby back rib, look at this rib that we just paid $3.85 a pound for compared to this one where we paid almost $2.85 or $2.50 a pound, right? So look at the difference in just quality, right? Now, this one isn't, you buying it because it has more fat on it. That's why you buy a baby back rib. So this one here, I'm gonna have to pull all this down, look at it, see what's going on. We have to trim that. Right, we're gonna come through here, we're gonna have to trim that. You know, all that's kind of, you know, and then can you even sell this? Like I'm looking at it going, whew, how am I gonna make any money off that rib? That's why I don't like baby backs. All right, so now we're gonna season. Our preference here, seasoned salt and black pepper. That's it. Sugars in rubs, you'll go to Academy right now, there is a whole wall of MSG and sugar, okay? 2 things they're gonna put #1 in the rubs. MSG is not a bad thing, okay? It's got a bad rap. I don't know why. Chinese restaurants in the 80s, I guess, right? So MSG, the monosodium glutamine, is a natural enzyme that they discovered in Japan as kind of the umami factor of meat, right? So that umami is kind of that, you know, if they say we have so many taste flavors in our palate, right? There's so many of them. Umami is actually one of them. And what that is, it signifies that burst of just flavor. We use a seasoning salt. We're blending from Targills out of Appaloosa, so we use a seasoned salt that we've picked that we like the most. If you look over there, Lawry's, that seasoned salt is probably the best on the market for you to go and buy. You'll see when I season, the pepper will lay out nicely, and then the salt falls in where the pepper doesn't. If you do the salt first, the pepper won't stick. So what most people are doing, they're gonna season like that, right? They're gonna get kind of close. It's gonna be blotchy. It's gonna have, you know, missing spots, right? It's fine, you know what I mean? Same process, right? That one bite is a lot tighter than the other. So what I tell them, they have to get their elbow tucked in, right? and you gotta come up. This thing needs to be at least head level, right? And I'm gonna start it high, and I wanna see what my flow is, right? So I got a good consistency there. So now I'm gonna keep it running, right? And I'm gonna just right into that side, so an even, consistent bite all the way across, right? We're gonna come out, can you have it open? And we're just gonna go, so you're gonna hold your rib all the way out to the smoker, and then Cannon and I are gonna help you put them on, okay? So Cannon, I'm gonna send them to you. Can you show them how to stack them? And then remember where your rib is, all right? That's your only job of today is, where was my rib at? Beautiful. Yep, yep. Perfect. 3. All right, so fire management, and then this guy's pumping something, so as soon as he's done, it'll be a little quieter. Right now we have what we would call our initial fire, right, Cannon? Second round. So we cook everything in a round. I was an MMA fighter for about 10 years, so I refer to everything as rounds because this is a fucking fight, right? We are fighting 20 briskets, the weather, the fire, the wood, the pit guys. We're fighting everything out here. The elements is 100% real, right? So we're in round 2 right now. Round 1 means he came in, lit the fire, got it running, got the initial burn up to about 250 degrees, and then that fire will start coming down, right? Because it's already burnt out all the properties of the wood. So then we'll reload a 6 to 8 log fire, and you can kind of see that's what this is here. So if you look in there, there's 2 on the bottom, 3, 4 on the top, right? So it's about 6 logs of fire. With this being at, what's it set at? 275? So we're gonna probably bump that up a hair to probably like 285 just to get these ribs initially running. Cannon, about what, 40 minutes before you reopen the pits? And what time should we come back to spritz? So who's got a timer? Anybody got a, set a 45-minute timer? Where's Ben? Where'd he go? Ben, 45-minute timer, we're coming back. All right, 9 o'clock. We have ribs on, we have them seasoned. We're gonna take a little break right now. We're gonna get caught up with these guys. We're gonna go back and trim some brisket and kind of walk through that whole process. So if you're hanging out and you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see y'all soon. I'm gonna show you how to trim a brisket in a minute. Don't get overcomplicated with trimming briskets. You have a small barbecue pit, I'm gonna tell you, cut the thing in half, cook half of it. Don't grind this into hamburgers. So right off the bat, I'm gonna cut down and I'm gonna trim my decal fat at the level at where the meat stopped. I'm literally gonna run it at an angle to cut off the sinuate that you see right here, right? I'm gonna lay my knife flat on this brisket, and whatever gets cut off on that flatness gets cut off. Because think about, to me, it's like a NASCAR. When that pit is up and running, that oxygen or that air is flowing across it, hitting it, going up, right? So it's constantly, if it's in a wind tunnel, what's gonna burn first, right? This is gonna burn, that's gonna burn, that's gonna burn, right? Because it's all shaping that brisket. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So right off the bat, I'm gonna take this right off, right? That's the mohawk. So cut 3 is we're gonna shape it. So I'm gonna go a corner, and I tell people I like to cut the corners. So I cut the corner, right? And they're like, you're not shaping it. I'm gonna cut this corner, I'm gonna cut that corner, any corner. Now I got a round brisket. I'm gonna look on this side. It's kind of a weird shape through here. I want a little more straightness to that, so I can take just one more cut, right? And I can cut that down. Just kind of give me an idea of what I'm looking at fat-wise, right? Kind of see, now we can kind of see where we're at. Not a lot of fat on this brisket. So my goal is to get it down to 1/8 of an inch all the way across. Because I know at 1/8 of an inch, it'll render really nice. A little bit more, it gets a little heavier, your bark tends to slide off. All right, guys, we are 3/4 of the way done. We're about to wrap ribs. It's about 10:45. We're gonna start cutting some meat for these guys. But yeah, if you like what you see, hit us up, saltpepperoak.com, man. We can do your barbecue class. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, I'm gonna confuse people working there.
I'm gonna put a knife in that one.
Hey, there we
Where's- I got more sides coming. I got wings coming. It's all good. Eat it, big dog. It's 11 o'clock. We're at lunch. Restaurant's open. These guys are eating some barbecue. We got some capalamas. We got some wings. We got it all going. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that follow button. We'll see y'all soon. At this point, we're wrapping the ribs. The guys are ribs. We got a little behind actually because we started talking and playing. So they're wrapping ribs, Cannon's working that. We're on the last few. We're gonna crank the temperature up on this pit and run it pretty good. That way we can get these ribs done for the day. So they're finished, those finished in what, 3 hours maybe? We're gonna try to finish these in like less than an hour.
You kind of want to wrap like a Christmas present, you know, make sure it's tight, get all the edges. And then we're going to fold in these corners. I like to fold in the top like that first to make sure that it's tight all the way around, and then I'll fold in the sides.
And then, so these should be finishing within the next 45 minutes to an hour. So we can go hang out in the room. We'll look at some desserts. If y'all want some cookies or something, we can try that. But any other final questions, anything like that, we can hammer, you know what I mean? All right, guys, that was a full barbecue class here at Salt Pepper Oak. We trim ribs, we trim briskets, we're cooking them, we wrapped them. These guys are finishing up now. We've had some great barbecue, great conversations around it. So if you're interested in that, shoot us an email, info@saltpepperoak.com. We'll get you signed up for our next barbecue class. Hey, man, we appreciate it. We like, comments, the crowd. Some see us, 6721 Exchequer Drive, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We'll see y'all soon.
I don't give a damn what your friends think about me. Talking all the shit while I'm counting all the money. She like the way that I talk, she like the way that I roll. She wanna ride with the bull, she can hold the rope.